Hello Year 6 and welcome Year 6 parents. My name's Mr Major, I'm Principal at Tomlinscote School. Thank you very much for playing our Year 6 transition video tonight. I'm very sorry that you can't join us in the main hall, but the world of education has been turned upside down in the last few months. I do hope though that by playing this video it will answer some of your questions and hopefully it will make the transition a little bit smoother. Now this video has some input from a variety of different people. There's myself, there's Miss Bennett, the head of Year 7, there's a couple of excellent Year 7 students and also two of our newly appointed I should say, student presidents. First of all, I'd like to highlight 5 key points that are really important to us at Tomlinscote. There are 5 key values. The first one is excellence. So we want all of our students, when they join us, to strive for excellence, aim to do their very best in whatever they do. It might be on the football field, on the netball pitch, it might be within the classroom. Second one is community, which is really important right now. So we're looking for students to have a go at things, get involved Year 6 when you join us in September. Take part in the extracurricular clubs, take part in the activities that we will put on, become a student rep within your form. But it's all about building up that relationship. You are going to become part of the Tomlinscote community. The third one is perseverance. So I want to see you Year 6 striving to do your very best, especially when times might be quite hard or you've got lots of bits of homework to do. Persevere at it and aim to do your very best. The fourth one is character, which again is really important right now. So for example, in Year 7, we have kindness awards, whereby you will have the chance to nominate other students who show an act of kindness. But developing your character is really important to us. And the fifth one is progression. So we want to see you develop as individuals and students from Year 7 through to Year 11. And we're going to prepare you so that when you do leave us, you're prepared for the world of work or you're prepared to go on to further education. There are 5 key values. I'd like to provide a few details about our induction programme. So first of all, Miss Bennett has been contacting each primary school and has been finding out information on each of you Year 6. We will gather that information and use it to help form the tutor groups, for example. The second aspect of our programme is the induction day. Now we've postponed the induction day in July and we're moving it to the 2nd of September. And Year 6, you will come on your own to the school that day and you'll have lessons and meet your tutors, and then the next day you'll have a chance then to join in with the rest of the school. In order to prepare for that day, we've sent your primary schools a transition project, and we would like you to do that project and bring it along on the induction day. Your primary schools will let you know the details. So Year 6, you will come to the school at 8:30 in the morning. You'll come through the main gates at the front and then come directly to the main hall. There'll be members of staff out there to show you the way, so don't worry. So the day starts at 8:30. You'll meet your tutor group, you'll meet your tutor, you'll then have some tutor time, and then you'll have lessons throughout the whole of the day. The day lasts from 8:30 through to 3:05. What you need to bring Year 6 is your bag and you need to bring your pencil case. And you will also be wearing the Tomlinscote uniform. So all these details about the induction day will be put in a letter and I'll send it through to you in July. Some of you, particularly if you come from a primary school and you're the only person coming from that school, will have a chance to come to Tomlinscote. A few students will come down and meet a few members of staff. That will be one opportunity, but also myself and Miss Bennett will try to go to each primary school to meet you and answer some of your questions as well. At Tomlinscote, we're developing some videos and we're moving around the school so you will have a flavour of the school. And also we're producing a video clip of your tutor, and that will be sent to you in July so you will know and find out who is your tutor and what is your tutor group. You will also find out what house you're in. So that's our induction programme. There's a lot of events still taking place. So I'm now going to pass on to Miss Bennett, who's going to talk through the Pastoral programme at Tomlinscote.
Hi, my name is Miss Bennett and I am the Head of Year 7 at Tomlinscote. My job is to help guide the Year 6s through their first year as they become Year 7 at Tomlinscote School, both academically and in terms of their well-being. I have a team of people that help me to do this, and one of those is Mrs. Buckland-Speller, and she is the Assistant Head of Year 7, and she will support on a day-to-day looking at the well-being of the students, looking at the opportunities that we can put in place and looking at how best to move the year group forward and make the transition to secondary school as easy as we can do. We also have Mrs. Kandappa. Mrs. Kandappa is one of our student support officers. We have 2 student support officers and one of them is with Key Stage 3, one of them is with Key Stage 4. Mrs. Kandappa is our student support officer and she's there to really help us with the well-being side of guiding our young people through being in Year 7. We also have an SEN department who are there to help us with the more personalised strategies in our learning environments to really help us to guide and support these young people through their Year 7 experience. In addition to this, we have some students that do help the team, and these students are our Year 10 mentors. Our Year 10 mentors are appointed when they are Year 9, and they are students who stand out in terms of confidence, in terms of being able to respond to their own transition and put that experience into practice to help our Year 7s when they arrive. Our Year 10 mentors are attached to a form for the whole year. They will visit them every single Friday, running activities, getting to know you, games and activities like that, which really bonds the group together. They'll also take part in delivering some of the tutorial resources and also some of the projects that we do. In the first 2 weeks, those mentors will also be attached to the forms, taking them from lesson to lesson. So if anybody's worried about getting from A to B, that is sorted for you so that you don't feel lost on what can be quite a big site when you're coming from a smaller primary school. I'm going to hand over now to Jessica Widows, and Jessica is in Year 7 currently. She would like to talk to you a little bit about her transition to secondary school.
Hi, my name's Jessie and I'm currently in Year 7, and this time last year I was about to start Tomlinscote in a couple of months just like you. On the first day you might feel a little nervous, but it's really important to remember that this is 100% normal to feel nervous about your first day. And it's also really important to remember that everyone is experiencing this for the first time and everyone is in the same boat as you. When it was my first day, I felt quite nervous, but what really helped me to get settled was getting to know the people in my form and my form tutor. This really helped because I got to familiarise myself with the people who I will be seeing every day. Even if you do come from a school where you're the only one going to Tomlinscote, you will make new friends and you will feel more settled. Miss Bennett, who is my current head of year and who will be your head of year, explained to us that it's really important to introduce yourself to people you don't know. This piece of advice really helped me because I got to make new friends and I got to meet new people. Starting some new clubs will also help you to feel more settled. This is because you'll get to meet even more people and you'll get to meet even more teachers. If you're lucky, you might even be able to represent the school in an event. Grabbing opportunities is really important because at Tomlinscote we have so many opportunities here. If I didn't grab all of the opportunities I did this year, I never would have been doing this video for you. At your junior school, you may have had houses, and at Tomlinscote, the house system was introduced this year. We have 5 houses, each matched up with their own value. We have Hawking House with excellence, Pankhurst House with character, Attenborough House with community, Mandela House with perseverance, and Rowling House with progression. The house system is very effective for school life because it links us with other years in inter-house competitions and house assemblies. Thank you so much for listening, and remember, there's no need to feel worried about settling in. If you get stuck or lost, we'll all be here to help you, so don't be afraid to ask. Thank you, and I'll see you in September.
I'm now going to talk a little bit about the structure of Year 7. We have 300 students that join us every year from a variety of different primary schools, and we move all of those students into 10 different tutor groups. What we try to do is make sure that there are some familiar faces in those tutor groups, so that when they get here to Tomlinscote, they have a few familiar faces in the room from day one. Every tutor group has a designated tutor, and that's a member of our teaching staff who will follow them all the way through their time at Tomlinscote, from Year 7 all the way through to Year 11. That tutor is the first port of call for the student and the families for anything that they want to raise, any concerns, any sharing of really excellent things that these students have been doing in their own personal lives outside of school, and anything really in terms of queries or anything you need to share with the school. So the tutor is the first port of call for that. If it ends up escalating and needs to come to me, then we will do that, and that's absolutely fine. But the first port of call is always the tutor. That tutor, because of that structure, then has a really strong relationship, not only with the student in the classroom, but with the family outside of the classroom. And that's how we set up our pastoral system. I'm now going to pass you just to Taj, and Taj is a Year 7 student. He is going to talk to you a little bit about organisation and home learning. These are two things that we find that our young people moving through their transition need a little bit of extra support with, and Taj is going to talk you through a little bit of his top tips on how to work through these particular areas.
Hi, my name is Taj and I'm in Year 7 in the Form 7G. Secondary school can be a bit scary, but just know everyone has felt this way when in your position. I know I certainly did. My job is to help you feel a bit more prepared about secondary school. Home learning is a vital part of education. I wasn't so keen about it, but as I went on in the year, I realised it wasn't so bad after all. Outside of lessons, there are lots you can do. You can play football on the Astro, and you may come across many students playing ball games in the playground. If that's what you would like to do, it might be a good idea for you to bring your own tennis ball or a bouncy ball. Packing your bags the night before school is a great way to help you feel more prepared. So is doing your home learning on the night that it's set. This isn't always doable, so do so when you can. Don't worry, you've got this. See you in September.
At Tomlinscote, we pride ourselves on our high expectations of students and actually our entire community. We work hard, we get involved in as many opportunities as we can. We look at our education in as much of a diverse way as possible and really grab hold of the opportunities that push us and challenge us. We turn up on time. We do our home learning, we say what we will do, and we follow through with what we've said. Our expectations on our students are reflected in the high goals and aspirations that they set for themselves. Ben is going to talk you through a little bit about how he has had the opportunities at Tomlinscote to explore some new things. He's one of our newly appointed student presidents.
Hi, I'm Ben, one of the new student presidents. I'm here today to talk to you about my time at Tomlinscote so far. When I first started in Year 7, I had just left Frimley C of E school and I was very anxious. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to find my way around or make any new friends. However, after a couple of days, I wondered why I'd been so worried because I felt so at home. All of the staff were very supportive and I made some good friends within my new tutor group. The Year 10 mentors were always there to show me around, so I never got lost. As well as feeling worried, I was also feeling excited about all the new experiences that I would have at secondary school. For example, all of the new subjects I'd be taking. This allowed me to find a new passion for drama, a subject I'd never taken before at junior school, but I'm now taking for my GCSEs. Tomlinscote has given me so many opportunities. This year, I went on a school ski trip to Flachau in Austria, which was an amazing week. I got to spend time with my friends while also going more independent. I organised myself to make sure I stuck to the daily schedule. This year, I'm also participating in the Duke of Edinburgh Bronze Award, where I'll be undertaking a 30-kilometre hike. On the hike, I'll have to use my navigation skills and have a chance to camp overnight with my friends. Tomlinscote has also given me the chance to excel at maths. Through the support of all of the teachers, I've been given the chance to go to Wellington College twice to improve my knowledge of the subject and learn how I can use maths in my future careers. My advice to you would be to get stuck in. Take every opportunity that comes your way. It will help you make new friends, find new interests, and most importantly, have fun. Don't forget, if you're ever worried, there are so many people you can talk to, including your form tutors, the Year 10 mentors, and the student support staff. Thank you for listening.
I'm now going to talk to you a little bit about the learning and teaching at Tomlinscote School. At Tomlinscote, we have a diverse staff, and the diverse experiences of our staff and their specialisms are reflected in a diverse curriculum for our young people, from Year 7 all the way to Year 11. We take our research into education very seriously, and we implement that in the classroom whenever we come across new strategies, new techniques that we think will really reflect the types of learning styles of our young people. We also have a learning support department who help to personalise the learning for those individuals who might find additional challenges in the lessons. They have a diverse range of strategies to support these students and actually play an integral role in our transition process from primary to secondary school. We also have iPads in the classroom, and Georgia, one of our student presidents, newly appointed, is going to talk to you a little bit about those and also introduce you to her experience of transition from primary to secondary school.
Hi, I'm Jody Stevens and I'm one of the new student presidents. At the start of Year 7, it was a very daunting experience. Coming from a relatively small school and then coming to a rather large school, it was very scary. I didn't know how long it would take me to learn my way around and to learn what I'm learning in the lessons, but by the end of the second week, I knew my way around, I knew what I'm learning in the lessons, and I knew so many new friends. There are so many activities to do at Tomlinscote, ranging from music, arts, sports. There's so many to do. Personally, my favourite activity to do is a school show. 1 year is a musical and the next is a straight play. It's made me come out my shell, build confidence and make so many new friends. Tomlinscote School has been awarded the Apple Distinguished School status. Every student and teacher has their own iPad, which is used to enhance their learning. This has been useful in these particularly challenging times to keep us connected to our teachers and our learning. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Miss Bennett. Praise is really important to me. So here's a challenge, Year 6s. When you do come in September, how many house points can you get? How many postcards can you receive? Let's see who can get the most. Now, moving on to iPads. iPads are really important, and at the moment, they're invaluable with our home learning processes taking place. They add value to the lessons, and Year 6, you will receive your iPad at some point in the autumn term. But generally, we like to have a few months without an iPad so you can get used to the classes, get used to your teachers and get used to the work without having a device there. There'll be more information about the iPad scheme that will be distributed in September. So moving on to the admin bits, you've been sent some admissions information through the post and a copy can be found on our website. Can you please make sure that all of that information is sent back to the school as soon as possible, because we then put it onto our system. Catering. At the beginning of July, you will receive details about how to log in and set up your child's parent pay account. This is important when your child wants to receive food in our beehive, and it's important to try to get that set up before Wednesday, the 2nd of September, because your child then can utilise the canteen on that day. Moving on to free school meals. If your child is eligible for pupil premium or free school meals, please complete the form before the end of the summer term. Those forms went out in May. And then lastly, about uniform, we sent out a uniform list in May. Please follow it through very carefully. However, one point to highlight, we are building our 3G pitch right now, and hopefully it's going to be opened in September. But students will need to wear plastic moulded studs. No blades or metal studs will be allowed on the 3G. So if you're purchasing football boots, please make sure they've got plastic moulded studs. Thank you. Well, thank you very much for watching our Year 6 transition video. Finally then, to highlight, our induction day is now going to be on Wednesday the 2nd of September. And we are also inviting any questions to be sent to us. We've sent you out a Google form tonight. Have a look at that form, click on the link and ask us a question. What we're going to do is collate all of those questions and then answer them, and we will send everyone a copy of the answers so everyone has all the details. Have a good rest of the term, Year 6, and I look forward to seeing you perhaps over the next couple of months, but in particular in September. Goodbye.